Welcome to PowerDrift, guys. Now, Sergeant Shelby's love for the KTM Duke 390, it's a well-known secret. One, for its astonishing piece of machinery, and two, well, all this power, all this kit at this price. It's a ridiculously sweet deal, which is a blessing for us, yes, but it's a nightmare for the competition. Matching it, let alone beating it, is an ardent task for anything that's hitting our market in the upcoming 8 to 10 months. But that's not it. The onslaught continues, for KTM has now unleashed this. This is the new KTM Duke 390. Looks identical to the old one with new graphics, but there is a lot more than meets the eye. First up, they went for reducing the rattles. So they changed the belly pan mount, replaced the rear fender with the wider one on the RC. The chain cover height increased to avoid contact with the chain. Grips have been changed to those on the RC, and the silencer gets a new rubber mounting. And now you will have no excuse to get a better kit, considering how much money you will be saving with the service interval extended to 7,500 kilometers from the previous 5,000 kilometers. And on a long ride, if you encounter bad roads, you don't need to sweat out a bucket, because now the radiator is built stronger. Even the forks and shocks get these plastic flaps for protection. And your legs won't be on fire while you're at it, because the radiator fan has been redesigned to divert heat away from your legs. The engine now stays cooler and knock-free, but the spark plug gap has been increased to 1 millimeter to eliminate premature ignition.
That is, however, not the real reason why you want to buy this bike. The reason you will is because of this. That's because the new Duke 390 has an even shorter throttle action, which gives you access to full power even quicker. And that's not enough, it also gets a slipper clutch, which allows you to do this. Just go down the gears and let the clutch do all the work. Because this push type clutch is not only a lot easier to operate, but its slip function basically avoids wheel hop even under aggressive downshift. Which means you can just go down the gears, the slipper clutch will ensure that the rear wheel is not moving around and it is in line, allowing you to carry even more speed in corners without having to worry about stabilizing the bike at corner entry.
The Duke 390, ladies and gentlemen, is globally seen as a learner's bike. And with slipper clutch on it, it for sure is now much more of a fun tool for Sergeant, and will help along all the new learners who aren't really well versed with their downshifts. And if that's not really good enough for you, well, all these changes really come at absolute no extra cost to you. How do you really beat that, Sergeant?
With better brake pads, because the brakes on this still like white.
Well, true that, but then better brake pads can also be had as aftermarket.
And the sticky up Pirelli Rossidu tires, which come out on the European Duke 390, would be great.
Now you're just being greedy, but yes, as an optional accessory, it would have been like access to free candy. Well, but then that's about it. That's how the new Duke 390 is. Ladies and gentlemen, do let us know what you thought about it in your comments. Remember to share it ahead by using the hashtag PDArmy.
And subscribe to PowerDrift.